Hi, when it comes to classic mixing tricks, there are many and I've done several videos on the big ones already, like the pull tag trick, New York compression, Abbey Road reverb, etc. But there are also less famous classic mixing tricks worth knowing about, because they are very effective and used in a lot of major productions in the past, present and future. And one of them is the super stereo vocal delay trick, which I saw in a video by Bobby Osinski many years ago, and it's still worth knowing because it can work wonders on almost any vocal. So let's go! Now, as I mentioned in the intro, I was initially introduced to this trick by a video by Bobby Osinski, a well-known mixing engineer, and to thank him for that, I will plug his book, which is actually a great book as well. It's the Mixing Engineer's Handbook with a lot of these tricks and general techniques, how he goes about mixing a song. And it's still well worth reading, so I'll put a link to it in the description below. Now, this particular technique, well, you can use it on any instrument, but it's really suitable for a vocal. And especially in the case when reverb sounds a bit too much. Maybe the vocal will become washed out if you use reverb. And when a mono delay sounds too much like an effect, like an echo. In those cases, this technique can work wonders. So let's have a look at the demo project. Yeah, so this is a bit of a, I guess, a pop track that I'm working on. And as you see, I already had lots of effects on the vocal, but I've taken them all out for this particular demo. Yeah, the only thing is left is a sidechain to the synth layer. But let's have a listen to a part of this track with the vocal without any effects on it.
I used to hide in the shadows, afraid to let my light shine. But now I'm stepping into the spotlight, breaking free from my own mind.
Yeah, so a pretty dry vocal that could really use something to make it less dry. However, the song is pretty choppy, so reverb may not quite work so well when it's used throughout the song at least. So let's try the super stereo vocal delay trick. And again, let's listen to the vocal first dry, without anything on there.
I used to hide in the shadows, afraid to let my light shine. But now I'm stepping into the spotlight, breaking free from my own mind.
And let's add an effects track with a stereo delay on there. Add track, effects. The stereo delay effect from Cubase is already selected, which is fine, so let's use that one. Stereo configuration, going directly to stereo out. And let's call it stereo delay. Now the trick is that you want to time the delays to the track, so they should not be random, but at the same time you don't want them to overlap on the left and right sides, so you need to choose different non-overlapping delay values. So a good one for that is, for example, to start with 16th notes on the left side and 16th note triplets on the right side, because those delays will only line up once in a while, but not for the first few. Since we're using this on a send, let's set the mix to 100%. Feedback can be pretty low. We don't want long lingering delays. Typically values between 5 and 15% work quite well. I see Cubase put a little filter on it, let's just leave that. And one delay is fully panned to the left and the other delay is fully panned to the right. Next up, we're going to send this vocal to that delay, turn it on, re-engage the solo button so that the delay is actually also in solo. Let's have a listen.
I used to hide in the shadows, afraid to let my light shine. But now I'm stepping into the spotlight, breaking free from my own mind.
Now that's too much, of course, but you can at least clearly hear what's going on. You hear left and right delays which are not aligned, and therefore they provide a nice stereo effect to this vocal. But let's take it down a notch so that it's less obvious.
I used to hide in the shadows, afraid to let my light shine. But now I'm stepping into the spotlight, breaking free from my own mind.
Now let's listen to it in the mix.
I used to hide in the shadows, afraid to let my light shine. But now I'm stepping into the spotlight, breaking free from my own mind. I've been through the fire and walked through the rain, but every struggle's made me stronger. It's helped me find my own way.
And let's listen to it with and without.
I used to hide in the shadows, afraid to let my light shine. But now I'm stepping into the spotlight, breaking free from my own mind. I've been through the fire and walked through the rain.
Yeah, you see it's relatively subtle, but it does give some extra polish to the vocal, which is nice for this. We can turn it up, of course. Let's have a listen to that.
I used to hide in the shadows, afraid to let my light shine. But now I'm stepping into the spotlight, breaking free from my own mind. I've been through the fire.
Yeah, I like it better when it's polished. Now, before I go into some variations on this, If you like this video or find it useful at all, please give it a big thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm so that it gets spread to more people and more people get to see this trick. And what also helps is if you subscribe to the channel and ring the little bell icon so you get notified when I publish another video. For even more support, you can use the super thanks button below the video, which is a virtual tip jar. And if you're about to spend your hard-earned cash on some nice studio equipment, then you can also buy that after clicking one of the affiliate links in the description to one of these stores. If you then buy your equipment, I will get a small commission without any additional cost to you, which is a great way to support the channel and very much appreciated. But let's get back to some variations on the super stereo vocal delay trick. And let's start by trying a different delay value. For example, let's try a slightly longer value. See what that sounds like.
I used to hide in the shadows, afraid to let my light shine. But now stepping into the spotlight, breaking free from my own mind. I've been through the fire and walked through the rain, but every struggle's made me stronger. It's helped me find my own way. I used to hide in the shadows, afraid to let my light shine.
Yeah, it's just more obvious because the delay is more separated from the main vocal. Let's listen to it in solo.
I used to hide in the shadows, afraid to let my light shine. But now I'm stepping into the spotlight, breaking free from my own mind. I've been through the fire and walked through the rain.
Yeah, I have to say for this song I like it better on the 16th note and 16th note triplet, but maybe for other songs like a ballad this may work quite well. Let's try it by making one side shorter than the other side. For example, let's try here 16 triplets and stay with 8 notes on the left side.
I used to hide in the shadows, afraid to let my light shine. But now I'm stepping into the spotlight, breaking free from my own mind.
Yeah, so what happens here is that you mainly hear the delay on the left side because it's a lot longer, and you notice the delay on the right side a lot less, which makes the vocal tip to the left a bit more, which I think is not desirable. So let's go back to 1/16 on the left as well.
I used to hide in the shadows, afraid to let my light shine. But now I'm stepping into the spotlight, breaking free from my own mind. I've been through the fire.
Yeah, now it's more equally divided. Now at the moment the delays are panned fully left and fully right, but you can of course pan them a little bit less. Let's try that one. For example, let's choose 50% here and around 50% on the other side as well.
I used to hide in the shadows, afraid to let my light shine.
Let's try that in mix.
I used to hide in the shadows, afraid to let my light shine. But now stepping into the spotlight, breaking free from my own mind. I've been through the fire and walked through the rain.
Yeah, I think that works too, although personally I like the wide pan a bit better myself, because it makes the effect a bit more obvious and, well, the spread is just wider. So that's the super stereo vocal delay trick. What do you think? Did you know this trick already without knowing its name? Are you using it in a slightly different way maybe? If so, put it in the comments so we can all learn from that as well. Now, if you like these really classic mixing tricks, you may also like my other classic mixing tricks videos, which I've all put in a playlist for you, which I will link over here and in the description. So have a look, enjoy, and see you soon.